Hi students, today we will learn about the muscular system. So the objectives for this lesson: list 3 kinds of muscle tissue, describe how skeletal muscles move bones, compare aerobic exercise with resistance exercise, and describe 2 muscular system injuries. Okay, I'll give you a question. Have you ever tried to sit still without moving any muscles at all for 1 minute? That one is impossible because somewhere in your body, muscles are always working, which we will learn that later. So the muscular system is made up of the muscles that let you move. So there are 3 kinds of muscle: cardiac, skeletal, and smooth muscle. Difference between these 3. Okay, we will learn about the differences between these 3. The smooth muscle, you can find the smooth muscle in your digestive tract or in your blood vessels. The skeletal muscles, these are the muscle that connects your muscles to the bones. And the cardiac muscle, I'm sure you know where you can find your cardiac muscle. From the word cardiac, you can find this in your heart. Now, the smooth muscle, you can find the smooth muscle in your digestive tract and the walls of the blood vessel. This is an involuntary muscle. Involuntary means you don't need to command the muscles to work. Whenever you eat, automatically the food will digest in your stomach because your stomach has smooth muscles, and it can work without you telling it to digest or to work. Even the walls of your blood vessels, it is also an involuntary muscle, and they are called smooth muscle. Another involuntary muscle can be found in your heart, which is your cardiac muscle. Of course, it should be involuntary. You don't need to tell your heart to pump blood. It is automatic. So when it's involuntary muscle, it automatically works. They work all the time, okay, without you telling them to, like for the cardiac muscle, to pump blood. Okay? And then another kind of muscle is your skeletal muscle. And the skeletal muscle, this is the muscle attached to your skeleton for movement. And skeletal muscle can be voluntary or involuntary. Like for example, if you want to walk, sit down. You tell your brain that you're going to sit down or you're going to walk. So that is voluntary. Okay? Now, the tendons are strands of tough connective tissue that connect your skeletal muscles to the bone. So the connection between the skeleton and your muscle, you call it the tendons. And skeletal muscles often work in pairs, like the muscles that bends part of your body is called flexor, and a muscle that straightens part of your body is an extensor. In this example, this is one example of muscles that work in pair, your biceps and your triceps, okay? So the skeletal muscles such as the bicep and the tricep muscles work in pairs. When the biceps muscle contracts, so try to contract your bicep muscles, the arm bends, okay? So when you bend your arm, your bicep muscles contracts. And when the tricep muscles contract here, the arm straightens, okay? So this one, you call it flexor, and this one extensor, okay? So lose it or use it. Okay, now, how do we make our muscles strong? What do? You exercise. Okay, exercise is really very important for our muscle. So there are two kinds of exercise. One exercise is resistance exercise. Do you know what a resistance exercise is? Like when you do some weightlifting, okay? So that is resistance exercise. This one, the resistance exercise will strengthen your skeletal muscles. And there's another exercise, which we call it aerobic exercise. This is a steady, moderately intense activity, is called the aerobic exercise, and strengthens the heart and increases endurance. So to increase your endurance, you need aerobic exercise, just like those basketball players there. You need endurance. You need aerobic exercise, like running. That's one example of aerobic exercise, so that you can endure the tiredness in playing basketball, okay? Even volleyball for women or for girls and boys. Now, there are different kinds of muscle injury. One muscle injury, you call it strain. Strain is an injury in which a muscle or tendon is overstretched or torn. You call it strain. Another injury is tendinitis. So people who exercise too much can hurt their tendons. So inflamed tendons is called tendinitis. So when your tendons are inflamed, you will have tendinitis. And another muscle injury is some people try to make their muscles stronger by taking drugs, and this one is not good. These drugs are called anabolic steroids and can cause long-term health problems such as high blood pressure. Okay, that's why before there's a controversy on like the boxing championship there, that they say that some boxers, they drink steroids to make their muscles stronger, and that one is not allowed. But then I do not know. That's just a controversy in the boxing. Okay, I remember, like Pacquiao had this like a news that he was like telling the people that he's not drinking, or some of his opponents are drinking steroids to make their muscles stronger. This is just it's not really true, okay? So this one is not really good because it has very bad side effects, okay? So I will let you watch a video. In this video, you will see how muscles become stronger in times of crisis. So after you watch this screencast, open and watch the video that I'm going to post with this one. Okay?